Hi, Eva. I just started trying it. It's super funny. I was listening to Bossa Nova Station on Tidal, and I was like, I'm gonna go check Epidemic Sound and see if they have the swanky lounge music just to see what happens. And so I found a couple tracks that are super dope. Yeah, hit me up. It's docrock at Gmail. So I got you. Aloha, good morning. How you doing? Arrivederci. Wait, that's a different thing. Wait, I forgot to turn off flickering light Vader. Hold on, let me fix that real quick. He was supposed to just be a regular light, and then I started playing with the light program. If you guys don't know, that is my Aperture MC back there. One of my favoriteest lights. It's actually super cool. I love playing with it. It's awesome. Battery lasts like forever, and you can do all kinds of really cool special effects with it, including blinking light Vader, which is not supposed to happen. And it's an Aperture MC, so let me go ahead and fix it real quick. Let's put it back on color and move the color to purple. It's not that color purple, dude. Come on. Sorry, Oprah. Get it? That color purple. He got jokes. It should be round about here, and then turn the intensity down, and then that's a little blue. Let's round about there. I can actually type in the hex code that I want, but I don't want to spend that much time on it because we're going to do other stuff. Anyway, but yeah, real quick, I can switch it from any color I want. What I'm actually working on is I'm going to make it so that it can play a different color light when somebody slaps the super chat, things like that. So most of the people set it up using Philips Hue, and I have Philips Hue, but this one is actually a light that you can stick on top of the camera or take it with you. It's actually magnetic, so when you're out in the field shooting, or if I know I'm going to go somewhere and shoot with my iPhone and I'm worried that at some point it's going to become kind of dark, I will actually bring this because I can set it up and put it on really, really dim in the plain light mode, but then just hold it off to the side and take iPhone photos, and it looks fantastic. If you ever see a photographer hold their flash, it's always at a 30 to 45 degree angle to the person's face. That's exactly how I have this light set up. So you get that sort of Rembrandt lighting, as they call it. Yeah, so that's it. Anyway, enough about my silly little light. I'm sorry. You know when you're like super anal and you're trying to get the color like how you really want it? Yeah. There you go. There you go. Got to match my brand. Such a weirdo. Anyway, the Aperture MC is dope. It costs about $90. And if you guys watched the show last week, I talked about their new light bulb that's coming out. Their light bulb is cool because it's basically this stuck into a light bulb body that screws by charging it. Charges by screwing into an A19 socket, but when you take it out of the A19 socket, you can actually use it as a battery-operated standalone bulb. So you can have a light in the lamp where you have no place for a cord, which is pretty dope. So you can do some pretty swanky effects with that there. Let me get my phone really far away from my microphone. I haven't yet opened my interface and put in more Faraday blockage. Okay, so if you are new to here, and you actually sat through me ranting about my light or raving I don't even know which is which anymore. I am, am so like just been burning candles, trying to get everything set up, trying to be a little bit more smoother. Hey, what's up, Mike? Yo, when this stuff comes back to normal and we can do it, I'm gonna bring the whole rig and I'm gonna live stream from Tiki's. Wait, I have something that you would appreciate. Where did I do with it? It's it's too far away for me to grab. But I have my gigantic red Tiki's tiki cup. It's in the cabinet over there, but I can't reach it without removing myself from this chair, which ain't happening. Anyway, good to see you here, Mike. If you guys are ever in Hawaii, go to Tiki's. It's like the dopest little spot in Waikiki, sitting right over the beach. You can have dinner with your significant other or drunk friends and watch the sunset, and they have good live music. And yeah, before pandemic, literally one of the dopest spots in Hawaii to be. It's really cool. Anyway, yes, the bowling. I always want to say bowling because I don't know if you guys know who Claude Bowling is. He's a dope jazz musician. They do a thing called Flute and Piano Suite. It's a pretty dope. If you ever get a chance to check out Claude Bowling. Anyway, this light right here that he's speaking on, also a very dope light. It's kind of extremely similar to the aperture. Why won't you get stuck in the center? You guys know I get super ADD about my lights. Anyway, same thing. You can pick those up. They're roughly the same price. They're pretty awesome. So wait, that was for the music. I don't want that one right now. Boom, boom, I want this one. So, as you guys know, when I do my streaming setup, I stream with Ecamm. Ecamm is hands down the dopest way to do this. Majority of the folks watching also use Ecamm. If you're new to the live streaming game and you're a Mac user and you just want to turn something on and get started, Ecamm. If you want to be able to stream with your phones because you don't want to buy a swanky camera like my lovely Sony a6 400 over there or this A7 over here, yeah, Ecamm. It's just like hands down the best. You can just get yourself started. What's up, Mr. Chris? Good to see you here. And I don't know why I'm getting a Facebook user. Normally, it should say your name, but you might be coming in from the group. And in which case, do yourself a favor, jump on YouTube. It's just way better. It's docrock.live, and it just says live now at the end instead of Ecamm. Yeah, sometimes Facebook eats the comment. I don't know how they do that. It's not really Ecamm. It's a Restream's permission doesn't allow the Facebook to pick things up the way that they should pick things up. So today we're going to get more and more, talking about getting your live streaming stuff set up. Oh, I get it. It's Anita. Hi, Anita. That's weird because you're actually coming from my personal page. Even more weird. You must have not given Restream permission to see your comments. Anyway, now I know who it is. Hello, Anita. You guys want to see something cool? You got to go look up Anita Miranda. She can read, like you kiss the paper and then she can read your kiss imprint and say that I'm going to be rich. Hey, Felicia. Hey, was just talking about you, kinda. I was talking about using the Philips lights to do that, extra stuff in the back like I got going on there. So, yeah, there you go. Why do I have two links for the show today? It should be one for the YouTube Live Now. Wait, let me speak English. Okay. Hi, guys. Ileane, she just confusing moi. So if you go docrock.live/live now, it's just going to redirect you to the straight up YouTube link that changes over the fly. What I did, and this came up from the conversation that we did in the beta group the other day. I was talking to one of our users, Sing, and Sing was having the problem where you scheduling in Facebook and Facebook doesn't necessarily pick up the event right, or the comments come in broken and stuff like that. And I just got tired of fighting it. Like Facebook streaming is dope because lots of people come through that way, but it's starting to irritate me because it's forever doing something weird because they're forever playing with stuff. And I don't know if this has to do with the October 1st terms of service changeover or whatever, but Facebook, like my grandma used to say, you getting on my last good nerve. So what I do, and I can actually show you what I do in order to make this work better for myself is on my personal page, my Doc Rock page, not my personal page per se, on my Doc Rock page, which is my quote unquote business page or celebrity page or whatever the heck you want to call it, page. You guys understand profiles, pages, and groups, right? I hope. If not, then we gotta start all over. We're in a whole different ballpark. Okay, so on that particular page, it's facebook.com/DocRockstar. I created an event, okay, for this particular stream. And that is for the purpose of people who say they're going to come to the event, they'll actually get a reminder or they'll get a notification that the event started. But because of the way Restream takes comments and turns them into Facebook user, like how whenever Anita would send me a comment, all I get is a giant F. How apropos. What I want to do is be able to show the actual person like Felicia. So I can do an opposite ice cube and go, hi, Felicia. So what I do is once I got the post going, and Tim does this in StreamYard, so I think his just works better. But what I do is I take that event and in a discussion or in the links, like Ileane's saying, I literally put YouTube link is here. And so I use docrock.live/live now, which is a rebranded link that I go in and change prior to the show. So it has the actual link for what the YouTube convoluted link will be. And then facebook.com/DocRockStore/live. That never changes. Facebook does happen to congregate, or that's not direct, collate all of your lives into one page. So anyone that goes there should be able to see the stream. And then I also put the one for Twitch for the 2 people that watch on Twitch. So that's a weird hack. I really wish Facebook would get their act together and work properly with Restream. I know Restream's been fighting them. I've talked to Denmark over there. I know that Ken guys last month ran into a problem with scheduling Facebook events directly in Ecamm, and they've got it sort of sussed out. But as soon as you get it sussed out, Facebook would be like, remember this was over here? They'll just move it over here. And then you got to start all over again. That should be... Yeah, that's the video ID of this correct stream. That's correct. So if you go through the rebranding link, it should work. Did I forget to change one? But that's why I was trying to change, instead of using the link that YouTube gives me, Ileane, I was trying to change it to just use my rebranding link because the rebranding link seems to work better. If you don't do that, it will change. And that's weird. Oh, I know what I did. Ileane, you're a genius. Oh, Ileane, you're a genius. It's too late now. I can't fix it. I got it. Okay, so when I was in, I hate when I do this. It drives me crazy. Let me show you how not to make the same dumb mistake I made again. All right, so on this page right here, this is where you set up your Restream event. Right before you start the event, you're supposed to go in there. There's a little star right here, or a cog as they call it in the business. You're supposed to click that and select the correct stream. I didn't click that and make the right stream. So what it did was it created a brand new stream and now it's broken. Okay, Ileane, I will fix the rebranding link because that will help. And as you sit here, my studio is waiting for the stream to start and it can't start because, well, dummy, you did the wrong one. Ileane, you're a genius. Bombaclat. Why? Why do I do that? It's because I left to go get water. And then when I came back, I was like, I'm going to start this. And I forgot to change it. Isn't that special? Okay, I got you. I got you. Let me copy that and then go to Rebrandly and just update the Rebrandly and it'll be fine. So that's one of the dope things about using a service like Rebrandly. If you have a link change on you, because, well, you're stupid, you can fix it. That's too funny. That is too funny. I've done this at least 50 times and it drives me batty. Okay, now it should work properly. Okay, now Frank says they want you to be native. Yeah, it's really weird. Like Facebook, you have the potential, and you know what's funny? Came up today from Kelly Mirabella, who, if you don't know, she's a Baby Got Bot. She teaches you how to use mini chat bots in order to get your page working like very beautifully. She said that in one of her streams recently, I guess they had a lot of viewers, and the stars situation popped up on a Facebook stream. That's similar to YouTube super chats or Twitch's bits, where people can buy stars and support the stream. And right now, it has always been only for gamers, but they're starting to put it on regular folks' streams. But Facebook was so dumb about it is they will only give it to you when you got like over 100,000, like people on your page at the moment, which is dumb. That is a huge, huge barrier of entry. Move it down to 10, maybe. Move it down to 5, maybe. Like, I don't know. It seems like 100,000 is a lot. So the only people that can possibly be supported on their streams on Facebook are people who, according to their numbers, probably don't necessarily need the support. I don't know. Y'all tell me how you feel about that. Somebody make a comment on that, because to me it sounds crazy. Like, you only can ask for support from your viewers if you have 100,000 plus viewers. Even at 10,000, not so bad, but 100,000, like, she said in her comments, all of some of her clients. Okay, English. Somebody said in her comments that their clients that have a large following, they tend to get stars, and that means that they're the brand clients. So yeah, like, what do they need the $5 star for? Like, I don't get it. Anyway, Facebook, wake up. Good Hawaii water. It's fresh. It comes from the volcano. I'm joking. Anyway, hello, Millennium Beat. Thank you. Thank you. I really, really appreciate you for coming through. It is, okay, thank you for that. It is monetized at 10K. That's better. That's better, but still, it seems kind of crazy. All right, so today we were going to get a little bit more into some things that were coming up with the interview mode. For those of you who don't know, if you're not on Ecamm swag yet, Ecamm has basically come out with what's known as interview mode. And interview mode allows you to allow folks to come in on your stream. So let me do this. If I go like that, yes, haha. You can, if you want to come on the stream and ask questions or just hang out or be Ileane, just click that and it should work. Provided I didn't break that link too. I'm just trying to fix my chat real quick. If you use Restream, you should definitely download the Restream chat program for your Mac. It makes life so much easier because you can actually answer back, which is kind of helpful. Let's see, is it working? Dun, 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 dun. That's also, somebody asked recently how I was able to put the Restream chat directly on my page. And that same thing, the Restream chat app, You just download it for the Mac, or you go to, when you're logged in, go to restream.com/chat, and it will sort of show you your chat setup. Okay, let me check one more thing, and then we will get to cracking. So how's everybody doing? And what are you streaming? What are you working on? Like, what can we do to get you further down the line? That's the whole key to this entire thing. Oh, the email is just docrock@gmail. Simple. It's easy. I try to catch every social media thing as soon as it pops, so that I can be that on the at that, if that makes any sense. But every once in a while, I will get jacked by some motivational speaker in Nigeria. It's kind of funny. And then there's a now defunct band that jacked my domain, has never actually put up a website, and just sits on it and has been sitting on that website domain forever. So that's why my domain is Doc Rock Tips. Which one did I get? What, June? What are you talking about? Yes. I'm Facebook Messenger. I'm there. Hit my regular one, and then we got you. Oh, oh, I see. I got it. My brother is talking to Latasha. Okay, got it. Got it. You guys are confusing me, and it's good to see you here. Let me fix that comment real quick. Um, but you purchase the interface. Should I be able to hear myself in the headphone monitor? Absolutely, you should. And keep talking to my brother, because he could probably suss you out. And the audio box, USB 96, is pretty dope. I believe it has a headphone knob right on the front, in theory. Uh, uh, uh. Yay! I'm so excited. Here comes my buddy. Hey now. Yay! What's up, Miss I?
Hi.
Good to see you. Wait, you have I'm coming through your speakers. Turn your echo
Uh,
calculation. Man, I can't speak today, folks. And my brother's going to say today. I know. That's super funny. Good to see you. Now I
oh, I think I'm gonna
completely
turn on dark mode. Oh,
in
find that
in
button.
the
There we go.
window. There's a
Yeah.
dark mode at the bottom, and then somewhere you should be able to turn on echo cancellation.
No, I had another tab open.
Oh, there you go. That,
My bad.
that comes up. Lemuel was talking on one of the groups yesterday, and he was speaking on like building that list so that he can remind people about the tabs. Because that happens. Like, that happens all the time.
Yeah, I actually was considering going live myself. And then I was like, and chatting with one of our Ecamm friends in Messenger. So yeah, I got a little distracted. But hey everybody, how's everybody doing today?
Ileane, you're awesome. Every time before I started doing this stuff, there's a couple people who I watched on their streams, and it's weird. Like, okay, I've been live streaming since about like 2009, 2010, when I was working for AOL, and I was doing the unofficial Apple weblog, we call it TUA. Um, I was doing basically their streams, and we would talk about iPhone apps, or the situation, what's going on with Apple, like the event that's popping off Tuesday, iPhone 12. Um, and speaking of which, Tuesday's stream is going to be late, very late, because I am guest appearing on Twit, which Leo Laporte, right after the keynote.
For you.
So in the morning, they're going to do the keynote. They're going to be like, here's the iPhone 12 and the iPhone 12 Max and the iPhone 12 Mini, whatever, weird rumors, and possibly like another iPad or something, maybe new AirPod Studios. That's the general guess for the week. So as soon as that keynote is over, then on twit.tv, I'll be there being the pundit. That normally lasts like hour and a half. As soon as that's over, I will be on YouTube. So it is scheduled, but I'm going to have to move that scheduled time down, and it still might start earlier than the move down. So right now it's scheduled for 8. I'll probably move it to like 10:30, but my guess is it'll be slightly before 10:30. So if you want to show up Tuesday, you can watch Twit, and as soon as Twit's over, jump over. But yeah. Anyway, how you been, Ileane?
I'm doing good. I've been this is my second time being on somebody's show today. My
Yay.
friend my friend Patricia A. Murray, she's in North Carolina and she does the Dorm Skywriter. And so I was on her show. She uses StreamYard, but
It's kind
she's
of the
been
same,
doing it.
right?
So if you're in the dorm area and you're looking for what's happening, events, giveaways, any kind of thing that's going on in dorm, Patricia A. Murray is the place, is the person to follow, and you find her as the Dorm Skywriter. So
Nice.
I was hanging out with her, and then I was like, "Are we going to talk about?" I was thinking about you. I'm like, "Are we supposed to be talking about the C word today?"
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna do Canva.
We are.
Yeah, we're talking
Woo!
about Canva because it's kind of cool. Let me answer this question real quick. So, Pat Flynn is dope. I actually read his whole book, and it was super, super good.
Which
Yo,
one?
it what the heck is it called?
Super fans or
Yes,
will it
that
fly?
super fans was great. It was a great book. Here, wait.
So someone may see the switch pod box there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So maybe I don't know why they brought up Pat Flynn, but Pat's amazing. Actually met him in person twice,
No, yeah,
and
Pat
so
seems
he's
super cool. I fell in love with listening to the book, and then he talks about like him being Filipino, or whatever, and then being in Hawaii. That's like a large portion of my friends. So I was like, okay, I would click with this dude right away. And look, I gotta send this in real quick. My buddy Umi showed up. Okay, you guys, not a live streamer, but a super dope designer. One of my best friends in the world. Like I miss him dearly because he moved to the mainland and back to the mainland, should I say? And then left me out here. How you doing, Ooms? Your
Still
hello.
alive.
your
Still
your
alive.
video is crazy, but good to see you here.
It's really bad.
Yeah,
Tell me why it's so bad.
I don't know. Did you pay your
You
internet
on the
bill?
phone?
Well, I'm in California, so
Your internet
uh,
burnt.
it's
Not
this
funny.
third world country called California. It's
Not
super
not funny,
bad. This
but
is
yeah,
the best.
yeah,
Can you hear me okay?
yeah. I can hear you fine. It's super good.
Wow.
So you guys
Okay.
got apps in your iPhone that you use that Umi has designed, probably. So he's a really, really good designer and super cool cat, like and fellow Virgo. So that's just how we do. Let me
Let
answer
me
this.
I'm gonna try to do this on my phone actually.
Okay, call me back.
That might actually be like kind of fun because I
It
wanted to
has to
talk
be
to you about
Safari on iPhone though. For right. Oh, nice. You got it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. Try Safari on your iPhone. For some reason, Chrome on the iPhone is buggy.
Yeah. Well, Apple and Google don't
You,
necessarily they're not
yeah,
friends.
I got it. Call me back. So yeah, Umi's super super dope designer. Really really good, really really good guy. LA is here. What's up, brother? And then let me answer David real quick. David says, "Can guests use Firefox browser? Been having switch when he switched to Chrome, it works, but defaults to his crummy webcam and internal mic." Okay, so David, first of all, you can select in all the browsers. You can select which camera, which mic you want to use, right? It's the click the cog. Some people say gear, but it's a cog. You click that, and then a little thing pops up, and you just have to give it the right permissions. So a lot of times, what happens is Firefox, especially, is designed to be more secure. So because of Firefox's security stuff, you have to go through extra hoops to give the proper permissions in order to get that work. But that's one of my favorite browsers. Now, it's funny that you says it works in Chrome because Firefox is Chrome. Firefox is Chrome with a paint job. Think about a Toyota Corolla and the Lexus IS 300. It's the exact same car. Lexus just made it cuter. Firefox Chrome, Edge Chrome. It's Chromium, Chromium, Chromium. So they're exactly the same browser baseline, but Edge and Firefox have added a little bit of extra polish so it will not be the turd that Chrome is. Did I miss anything? Wait, I gotta look this way, even though Eileen's over here.
I know I'm doing the same thing because
right.
I've been taking some screenshots because this is my first time seeing Ecamm from the guest side.
Oh,
So I
nice.
just took a couple of screenshots.
Okay,
And as
good.
I was taking the first time I took it, I'm like, wait, you're looking the wrong way.
Okay, good.
And then
It's
I
good to
realized,
have
I'm
those
like,
though, because you use that to make your layouts in Canva.
well, yeah, I don't obsess as much. No, I shouldn't say that. That makes me sound like a bad person. I think the frames are lovely. I just don't use them. I ain't got time for all that.
Sometimes it's not necessary.
And I got so many friends giving me frames that I don't even know which ones to use.
See, that looks much better there, Umi.
Yeah, I don't know what's
Should
going
I
on, man. I blame Tim Cook.
Hey, don't blame Auntie Tim.
Anthony.
That's what I call him. That's his name, Auntie Tim, because he wears mom jeans. If he didn't wear mom jeans, it would be cool.
He's not a cool dude.
It's kind of crazy, but we're all talking that Tim's going to retire soon. So in the
No.
Mac community, we've been
No.
sussing out who's the replacement.
No.
And I got long money on Lisa Johnson.
Nah. Tim's not going anywhere. Come on, what are you talking about?
He's going to retire.
No.
Can you
way.
send me
Why?
Can you send me a picture of her one day? Because I have no idea who that is. No, you said Lisa Johnson.
Oh, Lisa Jackson. Sorry, Lisa Jackson. Lisa Jackson
no idea who
is
that is.
She runs she used to run the EPA, and then she left. She goes work at Apple. She runs the environmental side of Apple, because I don't know if you remember about like mid iPhone swing called an iPhone 4. Greenpeace people started doing what they do and started attacking Apple, saying that their products are bad because everybody's buying iPods, and now that they got iPhones, they're throwing the iPods away, and it has all of this bad stuff in it. So I think it was around iPhone 4. Apple showed their back end on how they dispose of all of the excess stuff. They have a robot that they use to take apart all the old product that they get back, put it in various buckets, send the right stuff to the right. I mean, Apple has spent like mad money on the environment. I mean, they're California, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're hippie California too, not random California like LA. They're in the yay. People in the yay are hippies, so no, they wasn't. But Greenpeace attacked them, so they went and they stepped up, and what they did, which was dope, they hired Lisa Jackson, who was running the EPA, to come and run the environmental protection side of Apple. But the other thing they did, they made her the most high-profile black female CEO level, C-level person in the game, across the board.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
she's running things, and she's the reason why all the boxes, like when you buy anything Apple, it's that good recycle kit, and like how everything it has, like, we don't use this product, we don't use EVOCs, that's for spray, I know, but they write down all the stuff they don't use, and so she put it out there.
I know what a VOC is.
Yeah, so everybody use hairspray knows what it is, but it's not supposed to be an Apple product. But yeah, I just remembered that one from the can. You got it.
Paints. I think of paints. I don't think of hairspray.
Oh yeah,
I
guess
you're right.
I'm joking. I
really hope that you guys discuss this on TUAW on Tuesday, because Tim's not going
volatile organic compounds.
Yes, I am a volatile organic compound. Yes. Okay, I'm reading people in the comments. Everyone's having their own comments, which is dope. I like that.
Which is awesome. Can I just say something?
Yes.
Just for the record, y'all, I'm actually not on my Mac right now.
Oh, really? How are you doing it?
Because it doesn't matter when you're a guest.
Oh yeah, true. It could be anything. That's true.
I'm on my PC laptop.
I like this logo right here, Echo.
That's me.
Oh, what? Now what are you making? You always making something new.
Okay, so like for real, I started a movie studio earlier this year, but then COVID happened, and
a movie studio. That's dope.
Yeah, man, I'm filming on Blackmagic and everything, but yeah, I can't go into production. So.
And you're in LA, you said?
Unfortunately, yes. Yeah.
My daughter lives in Torrance.
Torrance. That's
yeah.
That's
don't laugh.
Close to LA.
Don't laugh.
Right?
It's
right?
my daughter.
My geography is really bad. I hope she's okay. The air quality
Yeah,
is really bad.
yeah, she's fine. It's not affecting. I mean, Torrance is right outside of LA. Like
Yeah, I've
she's
been
like 15 minutes from the airport,
actually.
from the
Oh,
LAX.
Yeah,
there we
the
go.
last time
Like
I
me.
was in LA, I was in Torrance.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Me
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
too.
listen. So Latasha was able to get her microphone situation straightened out thanks to my brother. I told you guys, my brother's smarter than me, but somebody told him that he's shy, so he don't come on. So he can just sit there and answer questions in the comments. That's cool.
Really? Oh, okay. So that your brother is John is June?
June, yes.
Jun.
Yes,
Jun Kang?
I was adopted by a Korean family when I moved to Hawaii. They put their foot in my butt and kept me from becoming a very bad human being. Put me to work, sent me to college, kept me straight. Mom hit me with the metal ruler. So yeah, I got lucky. Except for I got that jerk as a little brother now, but he's actually cool. But I don't tell him that because he's big headed. He's also
You need to bring that.
he's a typical designer. Oh, wrong way. See, they're all
Not
slightly
like-
twisted in the head.
Can,
All of them.
can you do me a favor, Doc? Can you do me a favor? Isn't there a different alternate layout for 3 people?
Let me see. I think so.
I thought it was like we could be landscape, like all 3 of us could be landscape.
If you go to, let me try this. You go to this box right here, and you go like that. But it doesn't work because he's on his
Because
iPhone.
he's on his phone. But that's okay. Just leave it there for a second while I take the screenshot, okay?
Oh, I see what you're doing. Here,
Yes.
let me take
I told you.
there. Let me take the frame off real quick. There, it's better.
I can go
Yeah,
landscape.
no, you can put it back now because I see now all my messes in the frame.
See, that's
But
how
that's
you do
okay.
it. Hey, the funniest thing, I was watching one of our news reporter the other day, and she did something super dope. And I know because she got kids, she has this like table, and the table had all her little awards and stuff from school and some flowers. It's Hawaii, we always got good flowers. So she had her little layout, and then it had a covering. And see, Hawaii has a fabric that's known as tapa. And when you first look at it, it kind of looks like wood because original tapa is actually made out of, actual wood. It's tree bark. And she had it as the bottom. And at first I didn't notice it. I was like, oh, that's a nice shelf. I wonder who built that. And then they pulled back and I noticed it had the 2 little rocks on the side because it was a fabric. It was holding it up. So she was using, oh, come on, girl. She got her little TubeBuddy cup.
Oh, darn. I should have used my Ecamm cup. Ecamm, I love y'all, but just so
Oh,
happy.
I got a TubeBuddy shirt. I be rocking my TubeBuddy swag. I'm trying to get my Rob Balasabas on.
Yes. I love TubeBuddy.
That's
Yes. Something is growing. Yeah.
yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just got from my office a fake ficus. I call it. I'm gonna put the ficus over there behind Vader, and I'm gonna put Christmas lights in him, purple ones, so that way I can have some ficus back there. Because Marshall has so much nice plants in his office, so we always tease about the fake plant game. All right, so this is gonna hurt John's ears, but what we're supposed to talk about today is Canva.
Oh, great. That's great. Yes, let's talk about Canva.
Yeah, don't. Because you're with me. I honestly was the anti-Canva. I might still be. And again, I get it. Like, you're not a designer, right? I am a C-level designer, but my C-level design game is B-ish. John is an A-level designer. My brother's an A-level designer. Marshall is an A-level designer. But I think the problem with Canva, my number one thing is most people don't dig deep. Any template-oriented sites, people don't dig deep. They start here. And they see it on the first page, they fall in love, and they run with it. Guess what? Every other person in the entire freaking planet that uses that same software hits the first page, picks one, runs. If you're going to use it, crate dig, as we call it in the DJ business. You go way down there and find the oldest records that nobody ever heard of so you can look like you came out with something dope if you're going to do that. If you use the first page, you probably look like somebody else. that make sense?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
Can,
So
can I give you my feedback on it?
yeah, go ahead, please do. That's why you
Uh,
here.
Canva, when it first came out, it was super limited.
It
And
was.
they didn't even have like the different tiers. And they are sort of like the Ecamm guys, where they are constantly iterating, bringing out new features. But what they don't do is tell people. So a lot of times, like I heard somebody just the other day, one of our live streamers that everybody follows, and he says, "Oh, you can't cut out frames in Canva." Oh, yes, you can. But if you don't know, if you don't sit there watching a ton of tutorials, you won't find that out, because Canva is like, they spend all their time making it. They don't spend any time telling anybody about the changes and the features that they make. Like even that video that you did, Doc, I didn't know you could do those things inside of Canva. And it's not like I'm a big Canva user, don't get me wrong. But I started using it when it first came out. But then I was like, you can't do this, you can't do that. And since
Right.
then, now you can do all that stuff. But I would not have known that, except all my friends use Canva. And every time I say anything to them about Photoshop or whatever, they're like, I don't use that. I use Canva.
See, that's
I'm like,
funny you
okay.
say that because that was my impression of Canva at first too. And that's part of the reason why I had stopped using it. I think I originally tested Canva, John, back when we had the greenhouse. And it was just new. And I was like, yo, this is a cool way for people that can't do what we do to get their stuff done. Right. And a lot of designers looked at it like, I'm about to be out of a job. But then when you saw it, you're like, no, I'm not, because it's not close. It wasn't close. It was like, okay, as a furniture maker, a custom fabricator, I'm like, yo, Pinterest sending people to Home Depot, you actually helping my business because they try it and it's whack, and then they say, okay, we built that table, it was horrible. We gave it away to the brother-in-law, the sister-in-law, something. Can you build me a table? Got you. So actually, it helped my business more than anything. But in that same vein, I can see, I saw the limitations and I was like, yeah, not for me, not something that I would use. The the only reason why I even started looking at it is because one of my homies, really tight, Elicio, was like, yo, I can't do Photoshop right now and I'm kind of too busy doing other stuff. So I need to be able to hammer things out quickly. And I got Canva, I already paid for it, but it's giving me a headache. Let me see what you can do because you just understand graphics better. So whatever. As I went and checked it out, I was like, it has stepped up. It has stepped up.
Oh
It's
yeah.
still minor league. Let's get it straight. But it is much better. Like it's close. It's close to where someone who don't know what they're doing can just grab it and get at it.
Well, it's nice to have training wheels, right?
Right. Right.
Canva makes it certain that you won't go off the rails and completely like destroy a layout or make bad decisions with typography or palettes, and like that's really valuable for people that have like zero understanding of like chemistry with imagery or like just really need help, like if you don't have any graphic design knowledge at all, like Canva is like an incredible tool. Like Photoshop is just an empty ocean. You can do anything, which is it's boundless, right? So like that's too much freedom for somebody who has no idea what they're doing. So like I don't have any hate towards Canva, but I do agree that that they're horrible at like marketing and discoverability and like helping people understand what their tool is, and that might be their undoing, because it only takes 6 months or so for a tool to usurp another one, right?
Yeah.
Like the moment that Squarespace decides to compete with Canva will be dead. There won't be a chance anymore because they have a massive user base that they can just shift into that space, right? They did that when they purchased Unfold. Are you familiar with Unfold?
Yes.
Yeah, they bought Unfold for I don't know how many millions of dollars, but now it is like sort of like the standard for creating Instagram stories, and like that can go beyond into print or into like these areas that Canva kind of steps into. But like I think that's really great because it gives small businesses a lot more teeth that they didn't have before. You know, not everybody can or should hire a designer.
No,
You know,
you're right.
especially for stuff like that.
For stuff like that.
That's,
And I use,
yeah.
I would say I use it on my iPhone. I think it only comes on iPhone and Android, but I've used Unfold
Yeah.
on the iPhone, and it's quite amazing. So
Yep.
here's the thing that's cool about Canva, and I mentioned this to somebody last week when we were talking about doing your animated overlays and whatnot, right? Here, you know what? Let me do something real quick because before I forget. It's very important that people who come here don't know
Nice.
who we talking about. So when I tell someone go to Envato and grab that overlay and then throw it together in Final Cut, Premiere, whatever you got, and then bring it in, it's not just about being lazy and taking a shortcut. It is a fantastic way to learn how to cook. You know what I'm saying? So what's dope about Canva, when you look at a layout and you see the demos that they give you and you see the topography and whatnot that's on the demos that they give you, looking at this level of topography would tell you, okay, these are some yays and these are some nays. These are some things that I should do, some things that I shouldn't do. Now you have to remember, you can't take a design like this, which is made for print. I didn't mean to do that, but since I did it, let's speak on it. You can't take a thing like this that was made for print and then turn it into necessarily a web one, which I did. And Ileane immediately said, yo, dummy, no one's ever going to be able to read that small text. And I was like, you know, I completely forgot about that because it was looking mad good on the iMac 5K. You know what I'm saying? But the minute you relook at it on your iPhone, which is dope, if you use Canva, make sure you load the iOS app. And before you send anything to IG stories or YouTube thumbnail, look at it on your phone and see if it's whack. Okay? Because I was just having fun, just playing around because I was like, you know what? This doesn't suck as bad as it used to. I can still move faster in Illustrator. All of my Illustrator speed game came from learning from this dude over here, right? So I can do Illustrator mad quick because I got handy with the Alt key, scroll up, scroll down, scroll up, scroll down. You just like zoom in, fix some stuff, zoom out. Click to embiggen. In the tutorial, John, if you watch the tutorial on YouTube, I use click to embiggen because that was a word that we got from John.
Yes.
That was our word in our work spot. We had a little co-working space and our word was click to embiggen. So in the process of playing with Canva, I realized that for someone just learning the design games, the things that I've learned from my brother, the things that I've learned from John, the things that I learned from following other designers like Aaron Draplin, who is that's my dude. Like he's literally one of my favorite designers. Or
Draplin.
yeah, Draplin is just bad,
Yeah.
just bad to the bone. As I'm picking up things from designers like that. Speaking of Draplin, this is a Draplin piece. If you go to Portland, you'll see a lot of Draplin because he's everywhere. But it's it's a good way to learn. Go ahead.
Do you mind if I answer this question?
Millennium
Millennium Beat asks, Canva, is that app for iPhones or can you get it on the Mac? Actually, Canva has a desktop application.
Shut up.
This is what I was going to present to you today, my dear.
Come on, girl.
Yes.
I didn't know they do that.
You can download it onto your computer, any kind. I don't know about Linux, but you know what I mean. When I say any kind, Windows or Mac, it's free. Okay.
See, that's what I mean. They don't tell nobody when it was onboarded and they say, hey, do you want to pay this 10 bones a month? And I am paying 10 bones a month right now and taking one for the team. Alicio, sucker. Didn't say, hey, you could download a thing.
Well, they just came out. So you might have missed the email because it just came out like maybe, I'll say 2 months ago.
I just did this last week.
Okay, well,
the day I made the tutorial was the day I opened
missed
Canva.
opportunity. So we all agree that
really
they don't know how to market stuff, okay? But they know how to design. But also Millennium Beat, Canva is a website. So you really can do all this stuff and it's always in the cloud. So wherever device you're on, if it's your phone, your Mac, your PC, whatever, you're always going to have access to your designs. So that is one of the big advantages for me over like my Photoshop now. When I say Photoshop, just to let you guys know, I am not a designer. I'm a template changer. So if somebody give me a Photoshop template, I can change the heck out of that bad boy.
But you have learned
But I
Photoshop
don't-
by doing that. And whether you realize it or not, to my point, you have learned things about design and you have learned things about Photoshop by fixing them said templates.
Absolutely. So, and that's exactly what I've been doing for years. But I don't. Somebody can't just give me a blank canvas and say, "Yeah, make me a YouTube channel banner." And I'd be like, "Okay, put your picture on there and then some words." Should I move it to the left or to the right? Should I don't know.
Yeah. For those of
But
for like individuals that are like kind of like stressing the boundaries of Canva, but are not interested in Photoshop, because I don't think Photoshop is a great design tool. It's not built for layouts. It's not built for
No, it's made for editing photos, but people mix that up.
it's made for image manipulation
Yeah.
and like granular details and creating things from scratch and stuff like that. Illustrator is definitely like a place for like a designer, but like I don't think that either of those tools make sense in the modern world that we live in right now, where we're all kind of like used to having things in the cloud and having things operate in a browser, right? Like you can't access like you can't open a Photoshop file in Chrome, right? Like it's not, there's no pathway for that. I think it might be really interesting to talk about Figma, if you've ever played with that. Figma is like a vector-based design tool. It's very similar to Illustrator, but it operates in the browser. And for instance, one reason why it's really, really great is all three of us can edit a Figma file in real time, like in the browser, and I can see your cursor move around on that page, and we can create clickable prototypes, so we can create products, not just the static images and things like that. And it's a magnificent tool. Like I used it exclusively at when I was designing at Moment, right, when I was building like retro camera and pro camera and everything. And I mean, it's a great tool, and it also gives you the freedom to sort of export your assets in like, you know, whatever format you want, and it'll package them all up. So if you're building templates, or if you have like a template for like, I don't know, social media post or something like that, then all you have to do is drag and drop your content, change your text, and then click export, and then boom, you have everything you need right in one zip file, you know. And you know, you can send it to your phone right away. And you know, it's a pretty strong tool, and it's not expensive. It's incredibly cheap to use, you know. So if ever you feel like you're kind of like outgrowing Canva, you know, like maybe look into Figma. You know, it's a power tool for sure.
Bro,
but
that is
great.
cool. I just
Yeah.
wanted
Very
to
good. Thank
bring this
you.
up real quick. First of all, Markeith is correct. Markeith, one of my mastermind dudes, fam, he said, Canva's created for the DIYer person who wants to make a decent design for their brand. Most people use Canva, make no impact on the income of business, i.e. me, right? So if you want to hire somebody really high end, that's when you hire a designer. 100% correct right there. Absolutely 100% correct. And then
Depending on the
don't tell him
project.
stuff like that, okay, Frank? He said you're super elegant. No, it ain't. All you gotta do is get him a really good craft beer or some whiskey, and then the real Umi comes out.
I will never forget your name, because that's one of my favorite songs by Mos Def. Umi.
It's go ahead,
Umi
go ahead.
says.
Tell him what it stands for,
Now Umi
John.
says, shine your light on the world. It's
Yes.
been a while since I
Tell
heard
him what
it.
it stands for, John.
Under Martian influence.
Martian. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
And in Japanese, it means beach.
Yes.
Wait,
Cool.
that's not what I typed, dude. Hold on. I'm trying to show you guys John's the app that he worked on. I use it. They make you guys know them from their camera products for the iPhone. They mostly make Moment lenses, but they have 2 iOS apps. And oh yeah, they make a super dope light for the phone that's a flash. Man, I swear the one thing really bad about um switching to Edge is Edge always wants to put everything in Bing, even though I keep telling it to go to Google, it'll do an update and
Yeah.
switch back. And I cannot stand Bing. It works like a Microsoft product.
Yep.
So I don't know why.
And I just want to tell the trucking couple
Yes.
that if you have the pro version of Canva, you can put music. Canva got a music library. Honey, they got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they stepped up and they got
So-
video now too, right?
Yes, you can export videos or GIFs. Okay, which is,
Okay, here we go.
super helpful,
All right, so
especially for a YouTuber.
this is something that my buddy over here worked on. This app is cool. The retro camera app is super fun. Like if you follow Umi on Instagram, and it's Umigram, and you look at his stories, it's always using the retro app. The retro app is super dope. But yeah, Moment has stepped their game up. They just became, what was that swanky photography product store that no longer exists, Umi? That we used to buy all kinds of stuff from?
I don't know, B&H.
No. It was a small guy. They had the more trinkety stuff, right? Like you would buy little camera. Remember the iPhone first came out? You had the magnetic lens thing. Man, what the heck was that store called?
Oh yeah, there's like Olo clips and all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah. Prior to that,
So
there was a
Moment
little.
has like completely like opened up the market for like basically like vloggers and like travel photographers and pros. So like when I joined, it was really just for like people that film and shoot on their phones. So like I was kind of, I jumped in so that I could just help like beef up their like software game. But over the last year or so, they've started to like create these new shops inside of the store that like cater to like pro photographers, so like now they're partnered with Fuji and like and they sell like actual gear for like legit like SLRs and mirrorless cameras and stuff like that, but also they're making bags and all kinds of wild shit now. So I mean and they're partnered with like Peak Design, the guys that have that crazy Kickstarter with the tripod
that tripod is dope.
It goes down into like the size of a water bottle or something like
Yes.
that. Like wild shit. So like, I mean, they're the place to go if you want like the bleeding edge of like camera tech that isn't like pro like studio filmmaking and is more just like out in the world type stuff.
It's
actually they don't have any
it's slightly higher than prosumer, but it's not intimidating prosumer. It's inclusive prosumer. That's not, I don't even, we have to invent a category for what Moment does. Like it's really cool. And again, the thing that got me started on them, it's down here. I'm getting it. Okay. I disappeared out of the frame. So I got in the Moment because of this guy. This is my movie cinema, right?
Oh, nice.
This is like one of the dopest like iPhone gimbals in the game. And Moment was about this life because they made the lenses that you could put on there and then the counterbalance so that you can use the lenses properly with it and literally shoot like, like LA level movies with your phone using something like that. You know what I mean?
You know what? Like, can I just throw this out there?
Yeah.
Like one of like I've made like a lot of pieces of software and like I have, millions and millions of people like have like used the things that I've made, but like I can't like really like it's really like interesting when like you have like a blockbuster like filmmaker use your shit. So like Steven Soderbergh, who for those of you who don't know, he's like writer director of like the Ocean's 11 franchise and all that stuff. Every couple of years he decides to make a film on an iPhone, and like the last two movies that he made he shot with Moment gear. So like that was like it's wild to like to know that like somebody is like actually using your like the software that you're designing in like a very real world scenario that like millions of people are going to see the output of that. It's not just like vloggers on Instagram. and YouTube, it's like also like the highest level of performance is also using this software. So like that's kind of when you know that like that is for everyone, truly for everyone, you know, and like that's like a very, very good feeling, you know. And like he doesn't make bad films either, you know, like Ocean's 11 is incredible. Tangerine was shot on an iPhone, but that was before Moment had its own gear. That was like maybe 7 years ago or something. But that kind of stuff is like really inspiring because like I think it's important for like average people to understand that like you don't need to have Ari Alexa or a Red Dragon in order to make a feature film. Like you can do it with the phone that you have on in your hand right now, you know, and a couple lights and some friends, you know, and like
True,
that is a really important lesson.
true story. And I want to answer this real quick for Nick. Sorry, Nicholas. I'll say it correctly just in case you hate being called Nick. Is the GoPro cam good to stream with? And like, say the GoPro 8, and can you get that HD DSLR look and feel with it? Okay, let me fix a couple things. And this is just me. Don't take it personally. I always want to correct people with the correct lingo because it's easier to Google your questions and find the answers to your questions when you're using proper nomenclature. Okay, so first of all, at this point in time, just take the DSLR out the conversation. It's mostly gone. Not all the way gone, but mostly gone. Most
Yeah.
of us are using mirrorless cameras. So
Yep.
just for the help of when you go to search for something and you search for I want a DSLR style look, you're gonna find old content because most cameras in the market today are mirrorless and they work better, they do better things, they're lighter, they're cheaper. Yeah, all of that. So let's start with mirrorless if you're going for that look. Now, second of all, my brother eloquently put it, no, you're going to get the GoPro look. But that doesn't mean the GoPro look is bad. My brother's snobby, as am I. that I probably learned it from my little brother. Weird. Okay, now I won't call it snobby. We're sort of perfectionists when it comes to video. Okay, so if you're going to use a GoPro, first of all, I would tell you if you're not in the Ecamm community, jump in the Ecamm community and check out Felicia. She was here earlier. I don't know if she's still here because she's busy. She got church tomorrow. She's a pastor, but she set up her studio with a bunch of GoPros and Philips Hue lights, and she does have the Sony A6400 as her main camera, but she uses her ancillary cameras as those GoPros, and she make it look good. So you can tweak it and play with it and get a style. But when it comes to having to use what you might think is a camera of lesser quality, all it is about is using the right like lighting primarily before you mess with any LUTs or snap cam or any weird stuff. Get your light
Hmm.
game straight. If your light game is correct, then you can make any camera look good per se. Hence what John was just speaking on. Like Moment, they shoot entire feature films on iPhone. The shot on iPhone commercial called Snowball Fight, proof positive you can get straight gangster. The Bentley commercial for last year shot 100% on iPhone. So you can do fantastic live streaming with your iPhone using an app like Filmic Pro because they give you a clean interface and you can get straight with it. So you can get it to where you want. It's just going to require you to do some extra work. And 9 times out of 10, because that sensor is the size about yo big, you're going to need a metric ton of light in order to make it look good. That's all it's about. Okay. And then when you finish doing all of that, buy yourself a Sony A6400 because it's beautiful.
You
Okay.
have what is the light to your upper left? That's the aperture cube, like the little small one. But it's the RGB light.
No, this one right here, the one that's out of
Mhm.
frame. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
that's a 24-inch disc on what's known as a
Okay.
Stella CL10. That's a
Okay.
$1,500 light. But
Okay.
the duplicate of that right now just came out is Godok's VL150. The Godok's VL150 is about $350, and it'll be the same thing.
Yeah.
This is similar to what the Aperture 120D is, or this is more like an Aperture
Yeah. Okay.
300D. But
Yeah.
yeah, those are expensive lights, but you can do it with cheaper lights. The Godok SL60, dope. The key is gigantic softbox. So this is a
Yes.
3 foot
Yes.
softbox. So it's nice and it makes me look creamy for a guy of my age. It's because it's a softbox. That's it. When you see all
Yep.
like, oh, that girl, she looks so good on TV, and then you see like on another interview and it's not the same. That's because in the movies they use gigantic softboxes. That's why Hollywood people look cute. So you can do it. You can do it with Home Depot light in a softbox if you know what you're doing. Truck and come up. We're not going to start on the whiskey conversation because you don't know. I throw down. We'll get it. We'll talk about that offline. I got a
Oh
lot.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. We could have a whole whiskey stream.
yeah, Ali, he said he used the copyright music, but he kept it to 15 seconds. So the stripes of music. Um, oh yeah, for some reason the copyright music stuff it still gets muted in DJ streams. It's super super crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Moment and Small Rig. That's my kind of combination right now. He said Unsane was another movie shot on iPhone, and let's see, Ones and Shoes. There you go.
I'm not
And
sure if you saw my response to that, but you can upload your music to
yeah,
Canva too.
I saw that just now.
So, you know, you don't, in other words, you don't have to make that extra step now, download it and then upload it into another program and merge it with the music. Just upload your music into Canva. Whether you're going to get a copyright strike or not, don't say Miss Ileane told you to do it, okay?
Oh,
I
Julie,
ain't got nothing to do with that.
I just gotta say, I love you, little brother. This is the best comment for today. He didn't mean to come out. No, I'm not snobby. I'm saying I'm snobby. I want people to use the best kit, but if you can't, let's work what you got. But it's true, you can't make Toby Maguire look like The Rock. That is 100% true. That is so funny. That is absolutely funny.
Yep.
Alex say he has the movie stabilizer. Uh, they didn't make it actually. Cinema, the company, it's not Cinema Fly, Free Fly
Yeah. Free
makes
Fly
the
movie. Yeah.
ones in the actual movies. It's actually called the Movie Cinema Robot. So what they did was they took all of that tech that you see in all your movies, like when they run the camera through the scene, the guy's racing, he's driving, and the camera just shoots right through. And he's still driving, it comes out the other side like in Baby Driver. That's
Yep.
all them. They took that and they said, let's for fun, let's move it down into an iPhone size. And they took all of their knowledge from their big joints and moved it down into an iPhone size. But because
Yeah.
the moment guys were so dope with their lens game, everybody who makes stabilizers wanted to work with them because they have amazing lenses and that
Yo.
light. I still like that light. That light that they got is
So
sick.
like I can like chime in on that a little bit too, because Movi's not going to make any more gimbals. They're done. Well, they're done with consumer gimbals
Oh yeah,
because they
it's probably just
they
a
got
project.
well, yeah, but also DJI came in and ate their lunch, like so the Osmo line is killing them. So like they just abandoned it. They were like, we're not going to do it anymore. But like the like to DJI's credit, the Osmo gimbals are fantastic, and they're
And
they're very
150
simple. They're
bucks.
one-handed. Yeah, they're hella cheap. And also they make drones. So like once you're a part of once you're a part of their system, like I mean their drones are phenomenal, like so and like the fun thing about DJI is that they cater to like every layer of filmmaker. So like if you're just brand new or you're a kid and you want like something quick that you can snap your phone to and get like really smooth buttery like footage, you're taken care of for like under 150 bucks, which is like a great price for like a gift. It's excellent for Christmas or something. But if you want to get all the way up there into like drone status, and you want to throw 2 grand at like you know an aerial craft, with 4K footage and stabilization and like a high dynamic range, then if you want to film fireworks at night over a city or something like that, you're also taken care of. So like, I'm sorry, Movi, but like, game's over.
Once you
It's all
become
Osmo now.
DJI, you
Yeah,
never go back. they
yeah,
can
yep,
they can steal that saying from our people. Once you go DJI, you never go back.
yep.
Because even look, I am DJI man. Okay, the only reason why everyone says, Doc, did you get the GoPro 9? Doc, did you get the GoPro 9? Because I am the gear dude. No, I will never buy a GoPro 9. I am waiting for the new Osmo Action. And I have an Osmo Action, but it's not down here. But I'm adding that
Hmm.
to the collection. I will wait for the Osmo Action, whatever they bump up with, because something about DJI, they they pull what Apple used to do and what Sony used to do. And it's funny, I worked for Apple and I sold Sony kit for almost 30 years. Um, they sit back and they go ahead, stupid, knock yourself out. That's wrong. Okay, write that down. Oh, good idea.
Yep.
Not
Yep.
quite well implemented. All right, write that
Yep.
down. That's just dumb. Everyone forget that. And consumers don't need any of that. Okay, consumers, here's my product. I took this and made it better. I took this and made it easier. I took this and made it work. Here's my product, number one.
Oh
Every
yeah.
time. Every
That's like
time.
a big like tool set for like a product designer is to, for one, learn from other people's mistakes, because it's cheap. But two, is to like always be thinking about ecosystem. Like how can you build a suite of products that live with each other and a user can grow inside of. So like with DJI, if you get in on the ground floor, like you have a rudimentary understanding of how things work, and then it's easy for you to sort of level your game up. So you're always going to stay inside their product line. You're never
Yes.
going to leave. Red has the same kind of hook.
Yes.
Like they have their lower level cameras and then they have their higher end cameras. Same with Blackmagic.
and
They're
and you
really,
will
really good at
you will
that.
move up. Like you will
Yeah.
take something in their lineup and you will become
Yeah.
in love with it, and then you'll elevate to the next one. So they're building sort of ecosystem game. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so no, it's not that the GoPro is bad. Trucking company, let's get it straight. I'm not saying the GoPro is bad, but as a DJI ecosystem guy, and because I worked at Apple and I also sold Sony kit for forever, I understand staying in the same ecosystem. It just makes life much easier. For instance, number one, I now only have to use one app to run pretty much all of my handheld DJI stuff. Before,
Yeah.
you had different apps for everything, but they got smart with it. So whether I'm using my gimbal or my pocket or my action, it's all the same app, right? The aerial app's different because it needs FAA approval and stuff like that. But like what you can do with the aerial apps is just dumb. Like when I was in Japan and I tell the drone is go in the air and just okay, this is me, stay with me now. And I go walking through a park in Japan and the drone is like, all right, let's go. It just goes everywhere you go. Like that kind of stuff is amazing. So yeah, like you can do some incredible stuff. And again, once you got it figured out, like you just want to stay in the ecosystem. Yeah.
Doc, do you own any 360 cameras?
I didn't buy one yet because it seems kind of gimmicky, but then I keep seeing people making cool stuff, and then I keep wanting to buy
Yeah, it's all
one.
cool. It's all
Yeah.
cool, but I'm like, how often am I gonna take
See,
this out?
that's why I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Especially that oh, what's the name? I think it's Revo.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
tiny one. It's like a little piece of gum, a stick of gum,
Mhm.
a pack of gum, and that that's your guy. Yeah, not me.
Now all of our videos are starting to break up. All three of us. Even you a little bit, Dot. I don't know. Is it just me?
How's
Oh,
the
now it's clearing up. So it
I can
must be
check.
going in and out.
I can
Okay.
check Restream. It's Saturday. People be at home. Right now, our bit rate is dope though. We're
Yeah.
pushing at
Okay.
8,000
Yeah.
kilobytes per second.
It's starting to clear up. Yes. Yes.
Um,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, the GoPros are dope, and again, nothing wrong with GoPro whatsoever. So don't get it twisted. Like I said, if you look at Felicia's videos and what she's done with GoPro, it's amazing, and people do incredible stuff with GoPro. Like, but I tell you, if I was going to buy a GoPro, again, it's either Osmo Action or Sony has a professional GoPro called the RX02. It's like a $700 joint, all metal body, straight HD,
Oh yeah,
real
Sony's action
real
cam.
sensor. They
Yeah.
basically took the entire sensor of this camera and wrapped it in a piece of steel, and like the highest quality you ever going to get out of an actionable camera. So yeah, that's just how we do. Let's
I
see.
really want some better optics on eyesight real bad.
Yes, same here. You know, I think honestly, the best budget drone to me is this Air. Uh,
Oh, the Mavic Air.
yeah, it's dope. Like it's super cheap. It's really sturdy. Uh, strength. I shouldn't say this. I know this is going to be horrible. I have never crashed this guy, and it has a good 100 flights. I have never once crashed it into anything. That's crazy because
Bruh.
its avoidance system is dope. I did change to these forgot what they're called. Oh, it's a really funny company name. I did change to these orange props, and it's not a visual thing. They're more quiet than the original props.
That's
I,
cool.
but yeah, this thing is like super super dope. And again, I've taken it all over the world with me. You got to be careful when you fly international with your drone, though. You got to check the like in Japan, you ain't flying in Tokyo or Osaka, but in the country, which is where I tend to reign, you can definitely do it. So that is a straight maneuver. Like honestly, Alex had mentioned earlier that he was doing thumbnails in Keynote, and I wanted to bring something funny up about that. Yesterday, I was chatting in the Feedback Friday Discord for TubeBuddy, and one of the things that we were talking about was how dope Keynote can be to do thumbnails. So I was just absolutely playing around, not even trying to do anything fantastic, but I had never tried doing one. You can actually do that trendy outline thing directly in Keynote. Hold on, let me make a new scene real quick. It's going to be goofy, and then go to screen share, and damn, look at that. So, first of all, to cut the image out is built into Keynote through Instant Alpha. And then once you have the Instant Alpha set, all you do is come over here. There's actually a button for the line. I didn't know that. Like you click this
True.
button right
Oh,
here, and then
okay.
you just go here and you just embiggen it. There you go, John.
Big.
That's it.
Y'all gonna have me saying that.
Dude, click to
Yep.
embiggen. We did a one episode podcast called Click to Embiggen. It was me and John was talking about helping people learn
Stand alone.
their design stuff. We got to bring it back because again, the number one thing I see mistakes, and again, I don't critique folks, but if you're going to go and pick font pairs, take the font that you like. You might just be in love with a font that whatever. Like, most of us would tell you we hate Lobster, but sometimes you got to because that's what the client wants, right? If you have to use Lobster, then go just Google search Lobster font pairs with, and then you'll get a list of fonts that go good with it.
Yep.
I see people mixing clashing fonts, and this ain't a good look. It is very easy if you're forced to use this font because it's the client's or it's yours and you've already committed and you've already trademarked it or whatever. Go look at your font, pairs with, and you'll get a list of fonts that will look good together on screen with it, right? And don't be afraid to mix weights of the same font. I tend to use one font, mix weights. So I like to buy a font that has like 10, 15 weights, like Universe or Mont or Montserrat or now
Yeah,
Beavis Pro.
you're talking about like proper typefaces too. Like
yeah,
you
a
mentioned
typeface, not font.
Lobster, and yeah, like I would if I'm working with a project where Lobster is a part of the style
quit?
guide. There's already a problem. There's already a problem. You know what I mean? Like I think it's really really important for people to understand that like it's the designer's job to protect and create like a scalable system that can exist after you're gone, right? And like when you're using a typeface like Lobster, I mean, not only is it like derivative as fuck because it looks like some circus fair Heinz ketchup bullshit, it's also like it's not a family of typefaces, right?
You can't
so, like,
get it small
there's
either.
nothing you can do outside of just that one weight, which is like a big problem. Like you don't have flexibility, you can't express things, and if your client is like ride or die for that thing, then I think in a lot of cases it's your job to educate them on why that's not a good thing, right? Because it's not safe. Despite the fact that it's also hideous, it's also just not safe. Like and like that's the route that you should probably take, is to just explain to them like this is not good for your business, right? You can't just say, oh, aesthetically this is a bad idea, because then you're just arguing over what's pretty and what's not, which is completely subjective to most people.
Absolutely.
Right? Like
absolutely.
I wanted to share a little quick story about my daughter. My daughter used to do graphic design, and now she does real estate, and she's an entrepreneur and all that stuff. So she doesn't waste her time doing any of the graphics. So she's got a YouTube channel, and we were just curious, like maybe she should switch up some of her thumbnails. So the designer that does all her flyers, because she does a ton of virtual events and all that stuff. So she designed these flyers. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with TubeBuddy, if you have a pro license or legend license, you can do what's called A/B testing of thumbnails. Now, her thumbnails were just screenshots. Okay, so this designer comes in, and I'm like, okay, she made these thumbnails, and I said, all right, I'm just going to, I know it's not going to work, but I'm just going to put them up there anyway. But I'll use TubeBuddy's A/B testing tool. Just so it's not just me saying it, because sometimes people say, she thinks she know everything. So,
are you a Virgo too?
No, I'm Aquarius, but my friend's a Virgo, so he's the one that's probably always saying it. And I'm pointing that way because he lives across the street. So, and he's sitting out there now listening to some jazz. So it was about 8 thumbnails. They were nice. Don't get me wrong. The artist does great designs, but not for YouTube.
Yeah, people forget that. That's a key point.
Every single thumbnail except one failed the A/B test, and it has to be within a 96 percentile of probability or something like that. Okay.
That's very true.
And it fell against just her face with her background.
Yeah.
It's not like it failed against a different lousy design.
Well, because people connect. The reason why I made this dumb thumbnail, as crazy as it is people connect to the person in the shot, right? If it's up to me, I wouldn't show a full body of my fat self with a wrinkled shirt on the thumbnail. And again, this was a test. I'm not going to actually use that thumbnail.
It doesn't matter.
But 2 things you mentioned are very true. You have to design for the spot. That's something I learned from UMI and from other designers that were around us in our environment. You have to design for where it's fitting to be. And YouTube is a special case, right? But in that same token, you also got to remember, like I watch people, okay, first of all, I have to fix a statement that I said earlier, because I promised you I was going to keep you on nomenclature, right? A font is that Helvetica at 20 points italic. That's the font. The typeface is Helvetica. The family is Helvetica, light, skinny, bold, extra bold, condensed, semi-bold, condensed, whatever. Okay, we're going to use the right nomenclature so that I've been trying to fix that in people's lips forever. A font is not Helvetica. The font is Helvetica at 20 points, italic. That's the font. All right, did I do that right, John? Did I get it wrong? Oh, I'm getting the smirk. Hold up, Umi.
Oh, no.
Did I get it?
No, the smirk means a lot of things.
Okay.
You're fine.
The smirk means that you taught me well?
Well, I do my best.
Shut up.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like in a lot of cases,
because you're gonna say something.
When it comes to like technical stuff like that, with like between designers and like, I guess we call them muggles, people that are non-technical. Yeah, like non-technical people. Like I try not to bring those kinds of conversations into the mix, just because I feel like when you go to the dentist, you don't ask them what knife they're sticking in your gums.
I do.
Like, I mean, it's as simple as that. Like,
I gotta know everything, dude. I'm a Virgo. I know.
Yeah. I have to know. Some people need to know. If they ask, I'll give them whatever knowledge they want, and we can go as deep as they like. But in a lot of cases, like people just talk out the side of their neck, because I know what they're trying to communicate. That's
let me zoom in so you can see it even better. So here's the original one. Like I said, it's just her versus this highly stylized one where she's, used nice fonts and all that good stuff. Then here's even one with that definitely wouldn't have thought. I don't know. This one didn't. I guess it wasn't enough people clicking on that one for them to get there. Here's another one, the original one. This is her when she was pregnant. It's not even cropped correctly. Here's another one. It just goes on and on. These ones that are complete, I guess not enough people clicked on the video. But I just wanted you guys to see that, you know, hiring a designer is not always the way to go, because the designer needs to know a little bit about they need to have context on. And so this young lady is great, but she doesn't know how to design YouTube thumbnails. Okay. And we had told her, you got to put my daughter's name is Nicole Purvey. You got to put her, you know, face on the thumbnails because people are searching for her. She's like a hot, you know, topic in the real estate market, especially here in Philadelphia. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because we're talking about design and all that stuff. So what I told her to do was to give me a Photoshop version of each one of these, the dark one and the yellow one. And yeah, so now I've been creating the thumbnails with my daughter on the front, and it's much, we're getting more click-through rate on that and I use the same font because the young lady gave me the fonts. But, you know, she's still our designer. Don't get me wrong. She just won't be doing YouTube thumbnails anymore.
That's actually pretty. I mean, that is a really good like look. You know, number one, it just really helps people see that. Why did I break my screen? Now it's gonna be all whacked up because I got to take us out of picture in picture. There we go. And then I just put us all out of order. There we go. But yeah, that's a prime example, and it's great. First of all, why would you not have her on a thumbnail? She's gorgeous. You get it from her mama, right? So it makes people think the person that you're speaking to is a real person like me. That's everybody. Like soup to nuts. I don't care what kind of schools you in or training you got or whatever. Everybody looks at these thumbnails and go, I could be like her. Right? I could be a successful mom selling real estate, whatever. That's who I want to learn from. Or I could be a successful designer, you know, looking like John. I can't get the locks back. I can barely get the stubble. That's about as long as it gets. You know, my locks would start back here. Like I would look like, you know, old Predator. But, you know, like I know for a fact, right? First of all, everyone says, oh, well, I don't want to do YouTube because there's only like young kids on there. I put my old gray, nicely fluffed self on every thumbnail and people will click on it because they know I'm a regular dude. Like I might be a nerd, but I'm still a regular dude. And I'm going to try to teach you stuff from regular dude standpoint, not from the nerd standpoint. And I have found my analytics has proven that people between the ages of 35 and 60 like my stuff because it seems more accessible than possibly listening to some younger person tell them because they just don't feel they can connect to do. They look at me and they're like, if that dummy can do it, I got this. And I say in all my videos, if this dummy can do it, you got this. So it's a connection motif, you know. I tell you, if you look at Trucking Company, he has fantastic thumbnails and like I'd be like, I think I could drive across country. No, I can't. I barely drive across the island. I'd be mad. I got road rage. But when I see his videos, or I see his thumbnails, or check out his new sleeper, you know, his new truck, I'm like, yo, I could do that. I can't. I do know how to use a rangefinder, by the way. I can shift like 18 gears, but nice. I learned that from my grandpa. But
thumbnails, I think it's important to sort of connect. Like just remember that like the purpose it's serving is to as sort of be a tease. It's like the box art for a DVD or something like that. You know, like if you don't treat it that way, then it's not going to be successful. You know, and like even if it's something that doesn't have your face on it, you know, like look at all the cooking videos out there. You know, like those are excellent examples of thumbnails. You know, it's like it's the hero shot. You know, it's
zoomed in the on the moistness. The moistness of the chocolate. You're like, yes, someone
sandwich, you know, like you gotta hit people right with that money shot, because that's really you're competing against a lot
Mm-hmm.
of other
Yep.
things, you know.
Yeah. And you know, I always say, guys, you always got to test.
Yes.
Don't listen to me. Don't listen to nobody else. Test
You do
with
have to
your
test it.
audience, because, like Doc was saying, people of a certain age will listen. But you know who likes my my channel? Young men between the ages of 25 and whatever. And so I can't, you know, I can't always just think about, okay, what would I like? What would I click on? Because I'm not a young man, you know, never have been. So I
So there's
just
no way to
gotta
guess that.
keep testing. I gotta keep testing. So in other words, I always used to have my face on all my thumbnails, but then I decided I'm going to just give it a shot with not putting my face. I've been using some characters and some different art that I've been getting from this. Excuse me. There's this place, this website, Black Illustrations. They have all these, you know, vector arts. You know about them? Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
So I've been
Oh,
using
you know about
that.
that?
Just
I don't know.
make
I'm looking for that right now because I don't know about this. Y'all
Black
schooling me.
Illustrations, and they have a couple free that I can give you the link for to download, just so you can test them out, and then, you know, if you want to go back and purchase, or just purchase just to support, you know, the brother, because he's doing a good job. And I love that he's got not just Black, but also handicapped and
Is
seniors,
this
and,
it?
you know,
Yeah, this is it.
yes, that's it.
Yep.
Yep.
It's great because it's all vector files, so you can go in and you can
Vectors,
change,
yes.
you know, whatever you'd like. You
But
just
he
crack them
also
open in
gives you the
Illustrator and
PNG.
get
Yo,
to work.
this
You
is
can mix them around.
cool.
Yeah, no, it's
Yep.
it's a well overdue resource.
What? Oh man, this
Yeah.
is fire. All right, I don't
Yep.
care what else I learned today. I learned about this and Figma. Y'all could go eat lunch. I don't care about y'all no more. I got twerk to do after this. Yo, that is beautiful, man. Yo, that's dope. Hey, he got an illustration right here. He looked like Common.
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah.
think he looks like
I
Common too.
I could splash some gray on it and make it fatter, and then it's me.
Yep.
I actually I used this in a real world project just recently, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I mean
Another
it's
another cool one that this one actually reminds me of. I think he may be using some of the undraw.io.
hmm hmm
That is another one where you can actually customize the colors of it, because you can enter your brand color and then search for your topic. And it's all different kinds of figures, but they're mostly like millennial age
Nice,
uh,
nice,
figures. But
nice,
yeah,
nice.
yeah, screen share that one too, Doc.
It's coming right there.
Undraw, love Undraw. And I found Undraw first. Actually, one of the boys at AWeber, one of the guys at AWeber introduced me to Undraw. And then my VA is the one who talked about Black Illustrations. And I was like, they probably use the Undraw because the Undraw stuff is all free. And, you know, built the Black Illustrations around that theme.
That is
So they work together
freaking
somehow.
awesome. That is absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
First of all,
So my message on that really is just the testing. It's great if your image works on the thumbnails, use it. And then sometimes you just want to switch up.
yeah, it's dope.
You just want to switch up. It's just like, I've been using this template for like the last 2 years now. I need something new. And, you know, test it and see what happens.
That is dope. It's good to see you here, 80. I always appreciate you. This is my Patreon, so I always got to prep her channel. Soda Fit. Yeah, you be having me thinking I need to get me a sewing machine because I've been wanting to just make some crazy stuff. And my grandmother would appreciate it if she saw me trying to use a sewing machine. So I'll probably get that, that chill that you get on the back of your neck when your ancestors be checking out what you're doing. Yeah, I get that because my grandmother, she's still like, hey, I'll slap you. Like she catch you. If I right about you have to do something stupid, I can feel that little fuzz on the neck. Yeah, that's mom and grams be like, you better not even think about it. Because that's
Every time I
exactly
leave
what they
the
would have
house.
said. Yeah, that's exactly what they would have said if they were still up in here. So like, I catch myself finna do something stupid. I stop because I know them two. They be right there. Like I told everybody when I was working at Apple and Steve Jobs passed away, I like my mom is finna go to heaven and try to tell Steve how to run this business. That's exactly what she be like. Steve, I don't know why you made them headphones white. You should, because that's how people got robbed. Don't you know you shouldn't have made white headphones? Like she be telling him exactly what to do. That's kind of funny. But man, we got some good design. We got some good design information today. You guys learned about click to embiggen. If you haven't already done so, make sure you go and check out this video that I did. It's on YouTube right now about how to outline a photo in Canva. I still say it's not super great, but it does work if you have a decent background. And again, like Ileane was talking about, designing for what you're designing for. I think currently right now, solid color background game, late 2020, early 2021. That's the move right now. Solid color background game is key. The number one mistake I think most people make, and again with an app like TubeBuddy, which you can easily get, tubebuddy.com/DocRock. That's me. Number one, if you haven't already tried it yet and you are making your videos and posting them to YouTube, you should go download the TubeBuddy trial right now. You'd be amazed. Personal story, I've been in YouTube games since, John was still in high school. Like I started YouTube game in like 2006 when it first came out. And then I kind of whatever. And then when we had our co-working spot, I was producing a lot, so right about to 2013, I was producing a lot, whatever, got my channel up to about 2,500 viewers or subscribers, and was kind of stuck there from 2013 until 2019. I could not get past 3,000. It just wasn't working. And I was issuing content, but it wasn't working because I thought I'm a nerd. I got this. I don't need no little trickster apps and nothing like that to show me how to do this. I'm bad. Typical Virgo. Okay, so then I said, all right, I don't give up because I'm not the give up person, but this thing came up and it was a thing on social media, and the social media thing came up and it said, yo, tell us why you would use TubeBuddy, whatever. Okay, boom. So I did it on the TubeBuddy. Oh, Hercules. Hold on, gang. I always got to do this.
Oh, that's nice.
Yo, I appreciate you. I'm finna go get a whole big old whiskey. Thanks for the super chat. I really, really appreciate you, man. Like, boom, we're gonna get in there. We're gonna chop it up, and I can't wait to come
Nice.
to get out of jail so I can come and drink with you because I drink whiskey with anybody that drink whiskey. I love whiskey. I'm mostly
He said,
Japanese
"Get out of
whiskey,
jail."
mostly Japanese whiskey collection. But John and I are known to do some Lefroy and Macallans. That's how we roll. Anyway, so what was popping was I won a TubeBuddy like 30-day joint from Andrew on their social media. Okay, so I did it. I started messing with it, and the number one thing I noticed, I was screwing up thumbnails and I was screwing up descriptions. Okay, everybody that knows me and knows me in tech, I am a fantastic tech guy. I am the world's crappiest typist. Okay, I can't type to save my soul. And I've been doing this joint for almost 40 years since the color computer from Tandy, but I still can't type. So what I do when I don't feel like typing, I just don't do it. So I make this cool video, but I wasn't filling out the description. And then somebody was like, yo, dummy, YouTube is owned by whom? I was like, Google. Everybody know that's stupid. And they're like,
There's a
well,
search
stupid.
engine.
What's the number one search engine in the world? I'm like, Google. Why are you asking me that? Everybody knows that. Listen to me. Pay attention, knucklehead. Who is the number 2 search engine in the world? And I was like, YouTube. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. So you have to do the descriptions. So I got TubeBuddy. I started following what they say, picking keywords, filling out descriptions or whatever. In the last year, my channel has jumped up over 2,500 subscribers. I can't put a number on it, I guess, but by summertime I should hit my 10,000. I really think so. And it's not just about subscribers; it's people that be consistent. When I pop up, I see y'all 80 comes. Trucking company comes. Like there's certain people that come to every stream. You know, people that watch every video, people that comment on your videos, and then what that does, it gives you the confidence to keep going. So even as a new channel person, you really should jump into the TubeBuddy game. And so, yeah, it's 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 funny. He said I was fortunate. My typing teacher in middle school retired after my class. I had a chance in school to take typing, but when you went to school in the early 80s, typing class was for girls. See how dumb that is? Typing class was for girls. I'm not going to be a secretary. What I need typing class for? I'm going to be a football player. And then I broke my
And home
knees.
ec.
Yeah, I took home ec though because girls was in that class. That's a different subject. uh, that's
I took
that's
home ec
my
because I like pie.
yeah. My first, I thought I was going to be white for high school. She had home ec, so I had home ec. And then we had that experiment where you had to have a baby with an egg. I thought that was over, but yeah, like I blew typing class. I just didn't want to go, man. I was like, man, I'm not going to listen to the lady with the cigarette breath tell me how to type. Man, I don't need that. Like, I want to be an NFL star. Boom, knee gone, no NFL star, and I can't
No
type.
NFL.
So boom, game over. And Keisha, like Keisha's another one. Always every stream, Keisha's here. It's community building. Like, how you gonna? This is the world. Everyone complains about social media and everyone complains about the world, right? My homegirl came to visit me from Philly today to hang out on my show, right? My brother from another mother who's in LA right now is on my show, right? Another one of my homies, African musician, banging it over there, could be on my show. You know what I'm saying? Can just come through, trucking companies in Vegas, Hawaii, we call that the ninth island. Boom, can be on the show. Like we're in a beautiful space right now. We are in a space right now that has very much the possibility to change the way of human interaction, and if you can learn to speak English, into the future. So everyone's complaining about it is when you should dive all the way in. Where everyone thinks social media is hell, this is the perfect time for you to dive in and get yourself a corner and own it. Because Warren Buffett famously said, when everybody run left, you run right. And so don't listen to all of the naysayers because you can do this, man. Everybody can do this. That's why I do this show. So I can teach regular folks how to do what it is that we doing out here. And,
I love that.
a good chance to catch up with my brother who normally would be here a couple times already this year and we can see each other in person. But hey, I'm glad you came through, man. It's good to have you. It's our second episode of Click to Hit Bigot featuring Illeane Smith.
Yay, for the crew. Thank y'all.
And
Thanks for
Ileane,
having me.
you are the font of knowledge. And I told you from eons ago before I started my game, number one, you remind me of my family. You look like you could be any one of my aunties or uncles, my sister. Like,
All right.
and we're Smith. I'm a Smith clan. Like, I come
Mm-hmm.
from Smith clan. Like, we tease my brother-in-law that he's always like outdone by the Smith clan. So I was like, when I first saw you, I was like, yo, she probably family somewhere in North Carolina. Our families are connected. If you have family in North Carolina
For
or
my family
Virginia,
is.
if you're in North Carolina or Virginia, we probably connected some way, shape, or form. So anyway, I appreciate you guys.
All
Boom.
right. This has been so much fun. Thank you so much for having me.
I have to answer this question because of course he's just a man, and again he has the same haircut. Inside Hair Gang. All right, so I have tried them both. As a matter of fact, I had them both on the same browser for a minute. That was dumb. It caused problems. So what I did is I would run TubeBuddy in Edge and VidIQ Pro in Chrome, and they do extremely similar things. Here's why I like TubeBuddy better. Andrew Can, Rob Balasabas, Ike, Katie, like the TubeBuddy people, they're just family, man. They come in there every time. If you go into Discord, you throw up a question, they right there. They're absolutely right there. They're live 3 times a week, teaching you how to use the app. The Discord community is straight fire. their new thing that they just invented, which is super dope, by the way. Let me see if I can pull it up real fast. It's called channelreview.com. You can actually go in channelreview.net. Sorry, make sure I got the right one. And you can go to their channel review thing and just hit your channel in there. Bing, you suck. Google first. I gotta do 2 searches. Remind me to fix this after this is over.
Oh, I'll say another thing about TubeBuddy
Go ahead,
while
please
you're
do.
doing that.
Yes, ma'am.
And everything you said, I agree with 1000%. But on top of that, they got one of the most awesome affiliate programs on the planet.
Gangster.
So if you're trying to make a couple of dollars, tell your people about TubeBuddy, okay? And as a matter of fact, I did a whole blog post that goes into details about their affiliate program because I've been doing affiliate marketing for over a decade.
Shut up,
And
really?
yeah, I mean, I came online in 2009. So, and my YouTube channel is from 2000. I've been on here since 2009.
Man,
but
that's crazy.
The TubeBuddy affiliate program is by far one of the best because of the tools they give you. And it's an awesome tool. And then they have that freemium model where, people can use it for free and still get something awesome out of it. And comparing that to VidIQ, like I don't even, if they got an affiliate program, they never invited me to it.
That's funny.
That's all. And I use both. Oh, and by the way, I use both. I still have VidIQ because actually VidIQ was first. VidIQ was the first YouTube tool, third-party app that was like that.
That was out there.
And so I still have it from when I had it before TubeBuddy, but honestly, I use TubeBuddy way more.
I should fix that. I had to check my rebrand. I know I already made the rebranding link for it, but yeah. So channel reviews is right here. Okay, this is their new thing they just came out with, which is super dope. You go in and you can do like a precursory look for free, but they charge $20, but it's well worth it because they dig deep in and tell you the things that you could do to make your channel pop off a little bit better. If you come to their live streams on Friday, they're always giving these away. They're really, really responsive as a community. Like I'm gonna tell you something about your program that I learned when I worked at Apple, and it's probably the same here. Actually, I do have one. See, this is what happens when you just dumb. Let me fix this because I like to make links more logical.
One more thing. One more thing about TubeBuddy.
Yes, ma'am.
That VidIQ don't have a mobile app.
That mobile app comes in handy for sure. Absolutely. Okay, let me leave.
I rest my case.
Let me leave that right there. Yeah, the mobile handy comes in app for sure. The mobile app comes in handy for sure. Okay, this is very important, people. I'm gonna say this again. This is what I'm gonna say about the channel. This is what I said about Ileane's daughter page or whatever. At the end of the day, when there's similar product out there, people buy people. They don't buy product. Marinate that. Whenever Doc shut up for a second, that's me telling you to marinate on that thought. People buy people, right? The way that they treat their community is the same reason why I'm using Ecamm to this day. Ecamm people, Katie, King, Glenn, Midori, Caleb, Frank, Bradley, like my squad, the community, bro. You can go into the community and you could ask them folks anything and people be right there. Alex said, okay, I'm tired of people asking about the Rodecaster Pro. I'm going to take my Saturday when I could be barbecuing and drinking. I'm going to sit here and make a Rodecaster Pro video and put it in the community so everybody knows how they run their Rodecaster Pro straight. You know what I'm saying? Like Bradley is like, hey, I get it. Everybody's cash strapped. I'm a designer. I got time right now. I'm going to show everybody how to make their stream look beautiful using the free app that came with your phone, iPad, and computer. That's community. And so, again, people buy people. So TubeBuddy better than VidIQ because their people are legit. The apps could be parallel, which they're not, by the way. But the apps could be parallel, and it's still, they are just bomb. They're straight bomb. And I love good support, man. It's a thing. It's my
Yeah.
Apple training. It's just stuck in me. And yes, I go to San Diego. So as soon as I go to San Diego means Tijuana. Tijuana means tequila, and then not waking up properly the next day. so
Mhm.
so that's it.
And TubeBuddy also has two podcasts,
Yes.
and one of them is the Women of YouTube, which is Desiree
Yes.
Martinez is the
Yes.
host, and
Des is
then
funny, man. I love her.
yeah, and then they also feature other creators on their channel, not just the employees. Like vidIQ does that too, but with their employees. You know, every now and then they might bring in a guest, but they sponsored a women creators summit that went on for a whole week, which I was part of back in 2018. And you know, they show a lot of respect and give props to women creators. I love that. And shout out to Phil, who's like the founder.
The founder, yeah.
He's amazing.
The
Yes.
two biggest segments of YouTube right now are people over 50 and women creators. Like it's starting to blow up. And then even to a certain extent, we're starting to get a black YouTube similar to a black Twitter. A lot of the black creators are given the opportunity to shine. YouTube is set. They're actually making scholarships for black creators. So if you are a creator or a creator of color, you are able to submit your information to YouTube. They got scholarships popping off. So I really love this platform right now. It's giving people a chance. Umi has a fantastic project. You want to speak on that real quick?
Which one?
The
What are we
the
talking
the
about?
Patreon one. The
Oh yeah. So this summer I started a media platform called Anti-Racism Club, and essentially it's just a place for white folks specifically to gather and dismantle racism, you know, from the inside out. And I mean, it's not a YouTube channel though. It's mostly sort of a Patreon community, and then there's like a great deal of like reading and resources attached to it. But every now and then there'll be like little events. Like I've done a bunch of stuff with Mike Montero. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. He's the "fuck you, pay me" guy.
I love that
Um,
guy.
yeah, he's great.
It's a great
So
video. Every creator should watch that video.
yeah, it's very good.
What's the link
He's a
to the
straight
site
shooter.
again? I'm
Uh,
sorry, I
It's
missed it.
just
Anti-Racism Club.
anti-racismclub.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
But
you.
like
Thank you for that.
it's mostly for white people to sort of sort of unpack a lot of the sort of blockers that they might have when it comes to like speaking about like race and sort of America's relationship with itself, and those types of things. But there is a Patreon, and it does help me pay rent, which is nice during a pandemic. Because I did have to
Right.
shut down my film studio. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, no, there's if you sign up like for the club, you'll receive a link to a whole bunch of like previously published essays and stuff like that, and they're all like really personal kind of. It's sort of like speaking with a friend, you know. Like the whole point is to sort of give people like a place where they feel like they can make mistakes and not feel like they're going to trip over their shoelaces and be called like called out on their white privilege or anything like that, because you know that's what the streets are for. um, but
It's not
so
helpful
like I like to,
either. It's not help. You're not
I
helping
like to
them
treat your
understand.
inbox like a sacred place, you
Yeah.
know. And but all the writing comes from me, um, and there's themes for every sort of edition, right? So like we have a 4th of July edition was completely focused on indigenous communities, and you know, sort of like helping people understand that you know, this country was built on the backs of you know, brown people, and people that were, you know, First Nation people that were here before the colonizers showed up and started, you know, burning down forests and shuffling, you know, my Cherokee grandfathers and grandmothers across the country, Trail of Tears, that sort of thing, slavery and all that. Like we address like a lot of like the difficult conversations that people typically avoid, but in a way that kind of gives you some action. So each edition has beyond that like talking point, there's also sort of an action of the week that you can take, whether it's to sort of volunteer to sort of man the polls, or to sort of like contribute to bail funds across the country or something like that. And I also like give you suggestions on films to watch and books to read and things like that. So it's a pretty useful thing to share with other people, you know. But it's not really for like Black people or brown people, because we have these discussions with ourselves all the time,
All the
you
time.
know. And so it's sort of like the jump off point for white people to have that conversation on their own, you know. And I've gotten a lot of great feedback from people, you know, and it's interesting to see when people write back. It's very, very interesting that the people write me their life stories. It's really great, you know. But it's also heartbreaking because you start to understand how fragmented like white communities are. You know, like people that sign up for something like this are very open about telling me how they're grappling with discussing these sorts of things with their parents or with their cousins or their coworkers and stuff like that, and it's creating rifts in their communities and everything. But you have to rip those band-aids off,
So yeah,
you know.
it's a true
Yeah,
story.
so super useful. But that's been running since the summer, since July, uh, since May. Yeah, so check it out. Super fun, kind of dark, but also very necessary.
You
And
mean like
if you
you?
read them all before the election, it might actually might give you some ammunition, you know, in the next couple weeks.
There you go. And well, you know, guys, I appreciate you guys being here. Trucking Company, thank you for the super chat. Ileane, thank you for being my Patreon. LA, thank you for moderating the YouTube community. Ileane, it's so good to have you here. You know, you can come anytime. John, always good to see you. Again, when we get out of jail, as soon as whether you come home or I come to Cali, it's on. I got my Hawaiian miles are burning. They're like, Japan, open up the country. Your brother needs to come through. And same thing. Like, I've been feeding for some San Diego tacos. And of course, again, if I hit San Diego, I'm going to Tijuana. So it's on. I might go to Vegas, visit the night island. I need to get out of here. Like, it is what it is. But I appreciate you guys so much. Like, this is fun. Now, very important announcement. Tuesday stream will be late. Okay? It's not going to be at 8 o'clock as normal. That's my time. It's like 11 for you West Coasters and 2 for you East Coasters, and 7 p.m. for you British folks. It's going to be a little bit after that because I am going to be on Twit with Leo Laporte and Andy Inako and Lori Gill, and we're going to be talking about whatever Auntie Tim puts out for us for the iPhone 12. Okay? So
Okay.
we're going to speak on iPhone 12. When I come back and I'm able to fire the show, a lot of it's going to be, I'm going to talk about what the iPhone 12 or whatever else they announce, probably AirPod Studios, what that means for us in the creator community, how we can use that for our iPhone game. You know the camera game is about to get blessed. So hopefully your upgrade program is ready to go so that you can do that. And then I'll be hitting up John and be like, hey, Mommy got cases already? Because I know we're going to need new case, and they added another thing. It's going to be 4 element lens instead of 3. In theory, we're going to get LiDAR, a bumped up LiDAR, and some other stuff. So yeah, I'm mad looking forward to Tuesday. You know, it's a month late for Apple, but it's quarantine, so what can you do? And yeah, I mean, you guys are great. My community, I really appreciate everything y'all do for me. Please be there. And then starting for the Ecamm folks, if you're in the Ecamm beta mode, like we used today, in order to bring in Umi and Ileane, in the Ecamm beta group, come every Thursday, starting this Thursday, we're going to have the beta bunch. It's going to be Ride or Die with your boy Doc Rock in the beta bunch. And this, I might have to
What
let y'all.
time?
Yes, ma'am.
What
Uh,
time?
I'm about to show you. I'm
Oh,
I'm
okay.
I'm,
Because you
I'm
said
trying.
Thursday,
Yeah,
but I
I'm
know
trying.
Thursday they have a stream at 1 p.m. with live streaming pros.
Yeah, I'm at 2 p.m. Let me hey, look. I'm getting my
Okay.
design game on, so I had to bring this over here.
Okay.
I'm still polishing up the thumbnail here, but you see what I did there? I know beta fish
Beta
have
fish.
beta fish have two T's. I know that, but it's still funny, y'all. You know, I try to be funny when possible. so so
Okay.
so and then use your eyedropper to collect colors out of your elements and use those elements in your typography.
And
Just
Umi said he's glad you did not use a lobster font for that.
I'm grateful. You know, you know,
Oh, so yes, Thursday
every
we will
pixel
be
counts. You
in
know,
the Ecamm beta joint. We will be there. So make sure that's gonna be Facebook only. That's gonna be in the Ecamm community, so we can suss out problems and get our stuff together. But yes, you guys have a blessed rest of your weekend. I
Okay,
appreciate you.
guys, everybody, stay beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
shoots
I see you folks.
better guy.
Let me see if I messed up the intro playing around the other day or my outro. I did mess up my outro. What the heck is going on here? Here we go. And logo.